pie del Ávila majestuoso, a 920 metros sobre el nivel del mar, en un valle de verde geografía que se abre de este a oeste, surge Caracas, la capital de Venezuela.
And now, our feature presentation.
You are watching a master at work.
Go get some!
What's going on, fellas? My name is Rafael Chacines, no es el Capitán Rafucho, and welcome to another edition of the Combat Club, because it is a podcast with 100% extreme attitude, because in this club, we're born to fight anytime, anyone, anytime. And ladies and gentlemen, here is an amazing interview, because I'm going to bring the man, the myth, the legend, because he's part of the Dana White Contender series that he earned a UFC contract. He's a former San Francisco 49ers fullback, because I know that I'm a Las Vegas Raiders fan, so there's no trouble, there's no problem, but he is one of the most talented, most skilled, and the most based MMA fighters that wanted to watch it. So you had to be careful, because this man is an amazing athlete. So ladies and gentlemen, part of the Dana White Contender series, and he's going to bring the justice to the heavyweight divisions. Ladies and gentlemen, the Incredible HOK, Josh Hokit. So how's it going, Josh Hokit? Welcome to the Combat Club. How you feel about it?
Good. I feel incredible. What did you say your name was? You had like 10 names right there. Can you say that again?
Yeah, my name is Rafael Chassin, as known as Capitan Rafucho. Capitan
Oh,
Rafucho,
okay,
Raf in
okay,
the
okay.
building.
Gotcha. I thought you said about 10 names right there. I was about to say.
Yeah.
My last name, not to correct you or anything, but just for the future, Hokit, like
Okay, all right.
Hokit, and then it's the Incredible HOK. There it is.
Yeah, because I know that
Everyone,
happened a lot
everyone
of.
makes the mistake though. Everyone makes the mistake of Hawk. I mean, my coach still gets it wrong, and I correct him all the time. But Hokit.
Hokit. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
there
got
it is.
it. All right, so first and foremost, we just saw your performance on Dana White Contender Series, which is on last Tuesday against the Brazilian. So how was that procedure, and how was about the game plan that you beat against that Brazilian? Because we all know that it's not that easy to be like a MMA fighter, to be like a fullback, to become a wrestler. And then you have like something interesting about for like the power of the clinch, also for the power of the submission. So how was that performance of Dana White Contender Series that you made, like that you earned a UFC contract? So it wasn't that easy at all, or do you have like the game plan to have it to go for the submission, the power of the clinch?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of surprised me on how good his wrestling discipline was. He was patient on bottom. Usually, most big guys they kind of panic and they get up and you just you mat return them, and then can you still hear me? There was someone trying to
Yes,
call me.
yes.
Then you kind of mat return them, and then you just tire them out, and they kind of give up. But he was patient, and so yeah, it was interesting. But I mean, I prepare for the worst in practice, and so
Yeah.
whether it I got it done in the first round or the third round. Eventually, the guy's gonna have to give up, and sure enough, that's what he did in the beginning of the second. So
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And of course, there's another question because I know that you're a former fullback for the San Francisco 49ers, because I understand that it's not that easy to be converted as the American football as a tight end and fullback to become like a wrestling in college and of course in MMA, because you have a career representing Clovis, California, United States, because first you start on Bellator MMA, which is in October. Well, that was in March 2023, and you made your debut against Spencer Smith at Bellator 300. Then you became part of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Well, after training fights against the Legacy Fighting at Lance Banner, and you booked to the fight in the season 9 that you faced against Jeremy Oriel. So, how was that transition to become a San Francisco 49ers fullback tight end? Because I know that you share with George Kittle or something else. And of course, have a kind of like transition to become like a fullback tight end, to become like an MMA with a great resume in wrestling, and of course with the power of knockdowns and everything.
yeah, I mean, I grew up wrestling, and that's the best base in MMA. So I mean, I've been wrestling since I was 4, and I mean, everyone thinks I'm just a football player, and if I was, then that would be an issue for MMA, because that's just not a good base. You could see other football players that transition to MMA, they don't do very well in the UFC. And so, growing up, wrestling, I mean, that's helped me tremendously, and I feel like I was able to play football in college and wrestle in college, and so I was able to All American and also play running back for Fresno State, which I did fairly well with like 17 total touchdowns, 1700 total yards. And so the 49ers called, and you kind of can't pass up that opportunity to go play in the NFL. So I tried, and um, I was there for 2 years, and I kind of just got tired of the politics. And you know, it's a funny story. The guy that gave me my name, the Incredible HOK, it was based off of when the football players they would take a knee for the flag. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but in the NFL, they made a big political statement by taking a knee for the national anthem.
Oh
And
yes.
so I would I would confront those players, and then I would beat them up in the locker room. And so my teammate said that's incredible that I would do that. And one of them was Brock Purdy. He would just say that how incredible that was, and then that kind of stuck with my name. And so I was like, if the football thing doesn't work out, maybe I could just do a real man sport and do MMA. And so that was kind of the transition. I would beat up all these guys in the locker room for kneeling for the flag, um, and then so that kind of gave me the confidence of maybe I should do MMA, beat some people up for money. So here I am.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And of course, speaking about that, because after that, I just saw like your Maikov and then a White Contender series, because I gotta tell you for this one, and this topic is gonna be like so much interested, because we've been seeing like a lot of years and a lot of conservatives, Christian and Republicans have become fan of the UFC, because if you guys remember, when Bryce Mitchell holding a Bible, screaming freedom before his fight. Also, we just saw Colby Covington with the President of the United States, which is Donald Trump. And then we got Sean Strickland. So right now, you become one of the most MMA fighter, because you call out several persons, including the governor of California, Gavin Newsom. Also, you told them Michelle Obama is a man, and the whole people was crying. That was like, wow, this is the American hero that we all were waiting for. Because I know there's a lot of criticism. There was a lot of love. Lower the hated because the Incredible Hulk is gonna be stay here forever. So I just wanted to bring him out right now because you're gonna bring the justice of the heavyweights. So I know that in this answer, because this one is gonna be like not that really complicated, but this one should be like a really amazing at all.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much excitement in the heavyweight division. I don't know when's the last time you turned on the TV and was, you know, hoping it was a heavyweight fight, and so there's not much to look forward to. You don't think of the UFC and be like, oh, I can't wait until that heavyweight fights. And so, yeah, I mean, I believe what I speak. It's not a gimmick, and some people think it's a joke, but I mean, it's truly how I feel. And playing football, they kind of silenced that voice. And I remember how I felt when I played football. I felt like I had to keep my mouth shut, just bite my tongue, and I hated that feeling. And I just knew that if I ever did MMA, I would be outspoken about that type of stuff, like that type of injustice. And I'm having fun with it. It bothers people, um, and other people they love it. So I mean, it is what it is. You don't want to be that guy that you step in that cage and no one feels anything towards you. Just, oh, you're just another UFC fighter. I'm trying to set myself apart. I'm just I'm trying to I'm trying to make as much money as I possibly can, as fast as I can, and um, that's only right because I risked my life in that cage. So um, you kind of have to have some type of personality in there. I can't stand those fighters that they get the mic and then they don't say nothing meaningful, and they
Exactly.
don't even call out their next opponent. So there's just certain things about the fight game that bother me, and so I can't control any of that, but I know I can control what I do, and but most importantly, I'm here to win. I'm here for the UFC belt. So they could call it a gimmick, and uh, they could try to hate on it. I mean, you could love it even. I don't really care. I'm here to win.
Oh, yes, exactly. And I just wanted to tell you because I'm gonna bring my co-host here because I know that we're getting parted together on the podcast. So I know this is gonna be like there's some there in like a few minutes ago, but I know this is gonna be like a really interesting. So we're gonna let my co-host, well, like to give like a one question to you. But also I just wanted to tell you that when you're told that you're going to bring justice to the heavyweights, do you think you could be able to take over the heavyweight division? Because there's a lot of athletes on that heavyweight division. There is Walter Cortez Acosta, there's Sergey Spivak, also there is the actual champion, which is Tom Espinal. And we've been seeing like it all over the fights that you have knockout, near choke submission. So you became like a master of submission and knockouts. So do you think that you have the guts to bring the justice to the heavyweight division and beat Tom Aspinall in the near future?
Yeah, I mean, there has to be a downfall for these heavyweights being as big as they are. If size doesn't always matter, and I don't know who started that misinformation, but
Hmm.
maybe it started in grade school where the kid would come back from school and tell his parents that he got beat up today, but the reason he got beat up was because the guy was bigger than him. I mean, at the end of the day, the tougher, the smarter, the better guy wins in a fight, And so, yeah, I believe I can beat those guys, and I have the most important skill set, and that is wrestling. And so, and I am a good athlete. So, I mean, there's multiple things that I bring to the table that are, a lot of heavyweights they can't deal with. On top of, I mean, the last fight I had 10 takedowns. You never even hear that in the heavyweight division. I mean, that's a scary pace that I brought, and then I recovered between rounds, and I went out in the second round, and I shot again, and I took the guy down and finished him. He couldn't keep up that pace. And,
Mm,
and and so most heavyweights, to me, they can't keep up that pace. They don't have the cardio like that.
mm, that means it's true. That means it's true. All right, so we got two last questions before wrapping this up because I know that my co-host is gonna be there, but oh, there you go. There you go right now. How's it going, Sion? This is my co-host right now.
Hey, how you doing, my friend? I'm so sorry about that, guys.
So, Sion, I just wanted to
Yes,
tell you, you have one question to the Incredible Hulk to in this interview. So you have like one question to
absolutely.
Josh Hokit, the Incredible Hulk. So if you want to be prepared, so let's go. There was one question.
Absolutely. I guess my question would be just start it off. I know Rafael has some questions that he has looked forward to asking you. My question to you, man, is just how did you get into fighting in the first place? How did you first found what was the first discipline that you did find, and then how did you get into the sport of mixed martial arts?
Yeah, like I said earlier in the interview, I started wrestling when I was 4, and so I found great success in that. When I was in high school, I became a state champion, and I went on to college, and I was a two-time All-American at the 197 weight class and also at the heavyweight weight class. And then I went to the NFL, and I was also telling a story earlier about some of the players making a political statement by taking a knee for the national anthem, and so um, I confronted them, and we handled it like men, and we fought. We fought in the locker room when no one was around, and so I was beating all these football players up, and I was like, you know what? I think I'd be good at this MMA thing. Maybe I could beat some people up for some money, and so that's how I kind of made my transition after.
I love that. I love that response. And I was talking about Fia earlier on our podcast we have together, and what this will probably be featured on is the fact that wrestling. I feel that that is such a good and important foundation, especially for the sport of mixed martial arts. It's good to have BJJ. It's great to have like taekwondo. It's good to have boxing as a fundamental. But I just love the fact that you said boxing, and then I love the fact that you're standing up for what you believe in too. And I'm just gonna apologize in again some stuff came up this morning. I wasn't able to come on earlier, but thank you guys so much for letting me on, and nice meeting you, my friend. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
don't let it happen again, dude. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, yeah, so sorry. I love it, my friend. Let's go.
All right, all right. So thank you, Sion. And of course, I just got one question before wrapping this out this interview. So I just wanted to tell you, the Incredible Hulk, Josh Hokit, what give the message to give all the haters? Because we've been saw all the social media comments about love it or hate it, because right now you're gonna bring the whole justice to the heavyweights, because I just saw the mic on the Dana White Contender series. They're gonna bring, and you're gonna bring the justice to the heavyweights. Thank you for the Lord Jesus. And what are the buys that I should be? Because right now, not many future fighters that had to go for the wrestler resume. So what the bias can you be like to train into a whole new generation of MMA? Because I know there are some people training on football, wrestling, and all those things. And of course, a message to all the haters that you can watch everyone.
Yeah, love me, hate me, pay me. I mean, I'll keep it that simple. But I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter what anybody says. I got a small circle that I listen to, and then I mean, so all that outside noise, it doesn't mean nothing to me other than you are talking about me. So I am happy about that. But I'm the heavyweight's worst nightmare. They literally wake up in the middle of the night cold sweat thinking about facing a wrestler like me. So yeah, they're gonna have to put the ice cream down and get off from their lazy couches that I don't know, they're playing video games, watching TV, watching Netflix. I mean, and they're gonna have to put on the wrestling shoes. So uh, and they're gonna have to get to work. But I mean, I just know that they can't keep it up. You know, it's already hard enough for them to make it to a week's practice, and it's another thing to even make it to a wrestling practice. I know a lot of heavyweights they're not making it to a wrestling practice. They're not built like that. So even if they do show up, now their body's hurt because they're not used to it. They've been taking the easy road, and because they striking's easy, wrestling's tough, and so I'm here wrestling every day. I'm putting in the hard work, and I knowing that they're not doing that. So yeah, I mean, soon everybody will see.
Can I just add one more thing to that, Raphael?
Yeah, because I was talking about like the message to all the haters, and of course the message to like to prepare like a future for all the MMA generations. Because if your kid, if you had a son who wants to be like an MMA fighter and you want to be like something very huge, you had to do make it bigger. And of course, don't let the haters consume you, because I understand, because you're worth in that, because you had to put a lot of pain, blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, I know that I look like a motivational coach, but the only thing is, if you had to work hard, you got to work it hard.
Mm, very true. Yeah, that is true. You can't pay attention to the negativity. You got to focus on your goals. You got to focus on what you're trying to accomplish, and yeah, you got to put in way more work than everybody, and that's where the confidence should come from.
Yep.
Did he want to ask a question? Did your other guy wanted to ask a question?
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, we can see
Oh,
you.
okay, I'm sorry. No, I was just gonna say, dude, I love the fact that he said what he said, because he's absolutely right. The heavyweight's the only division that you can get into it half-ass. These guys know that when they fight him, they can't come in half-ass. And one thing that I love about what he said too is that he said, you know, they can't even make it to a training question. That the training session. That's so true too, because he knows, I can tell, but just by the, obviously I watched him fight before, but just the way the way he All American, and just his from his past, right? The guy has the stamina to go the full distance. And
Mm,
sometimes with these MMA people, these heavyweights, they don't have that. They're not tested the way he's gonna test them, bringing them to the ground over and over again. You know, even if obviously you have some striking, you can strike, obviously, right? But when say I'm just being 100% real. Say you meet, as you move on in the company, right? Things are gonna get tougher and tougher. You're gonna meet a guy that can strike equally to you. What are you gonna do? You're gonna show him, hey, but you can't wrestle as good as me. I love that message.
hell yeah.
Exactly. Thank you, Josh Hokit, for this amazing interview. Part of the winners of the Dana Contender Series who earned a UFC contract. And be careful, because he's going to bring the justice to the heavyweights. So, Thomas Pinot, you got to be ready. You got to be ready, because Josh Hokit is going to eat the division alive. So, thank you very much. Also, make sure to subscribe to Capitan Rafucho and Zion Zenith on YouTube, because here we come with another edition of the Combat Club, because in this club, we're born to fight anyone, anytime, anywhere. And I just wanted to make it another message to you guys. If you want to train like an MMA fighter, you got to play hard. You got to work it hard with blood, sweat, and tears. And of course, you have a mentality that never give up. All right. So go from violence and do for it. Do it for the people. Do it for the people.
Hell yeah.
Thank you very much. And of course, God bless you all. God bless you all.